Hello viewers, welcome to SportLink, an international sport show that showcases Gambia and international sport news. We keep you updated with the latest sport news and previews. Stay tuned as we bring to you various sporting activities in the Gambia and around the world. Do join us as we celebrate sport personalities in the achievement in the Gambia sport arena. On today's newscast, Gambia's judoka Faye and Alex Njai has been eliminated from the Rio 2016 Olympics after losing to an opponent from Kazakhstan. The Gambia strikers Usman Jallo and Pa Amat Diba have both moved to a new club, while details emerge of Omar Colley's proposed transfer to KRC. And Nigeria have appointed a new technical advisor in German coach Gernot Roy. On this week's edition on Viewpoint, our panelists will discuss on the English Premier League season that kicks off this weekend with some interesting encounters. Ahead of the commencement, we have seen clubs making records transfer by signing players. We ask, is this good for the league, or shouldn't money be spent on a player? The Gambia Football Federation payment of more than $1 million to deserving league clubs in the Gambia. We ask, is $300,000 being paid to the deserving league clubs in the Gambia enough in football or not? This and many more coming up in today's episode of SportLink, and I'm your presenter, Binta Jane.
My name is Alaji Modunjai, commonly known as Biri Biri. Keep watching SportLink, originally from the Gambia.
Thank you very much for watching and welcome to the new segment right here on SportsLink. I am Modlem BI. Thanks for coming along. And on the newscast, we report on news that Gambia international strikers Usman Jallo and Pa Amat Diba have both secured clubs in this summer transfer window. We also report on Omar Colley's proposed move to KRC Genk and also talk about Nigeria appointed a new coach in German, Gernot Roy. And we also talk about the Rio Olympics, where Gambia's judoka Faye Alex Njai has been eliminated. But first, we begin with news that Gambian competitors at the 2016 Rio Olympic Games began their chase for the first ever Olympic medal in the history of the game on Monday morning. Finnish-based Gambian judoka Faye Alex Njai entered in the competition but could not make it to the next round, ending his dream in his maiden debut in the Olympic Games. Faye Njai, who earned qualification to the Rio Games after winning silver medal at the All-African Games and earning a continental quarter spot from the African Championship held in Tunis in April, narrowly lost to Kazakhstan's champion Dida Hamza on technical point after 5 minutes of tough fight. The 22-year-old Gambian, who fights in the 73 kilograms category, defended the national colors honorably but burned down to 2 technical points. A number of 45 judokas from all over the world competed in this category in a long day event. To football, where Gambia striker Usman Jallo returned to Finnish Veikkausliiga club HJK Helsinki from Kazakhstan side FC Irish Pavloda. The 27-year-old was recently in Sweden to negotiate with compatriots Omar Colley and Keba Sisse's Djurgården IF, but it is understood that he could not agree terms with the Allsvenskan club. The ex-Brøndby IF and Keiko Rizal Sport striker left Kazakh's Irish Pavloda 6 months into his contract due to lack of unpaid wages, a club he joined shortly after leaving HJK. In an interview with HJK's Club TV, the 5', 11-inch attacker said, "I am here to fight for the team and regain my position in the starting lineup. I'm happy to be back, and I want to tell the fans that Jallo is back." The former Gambia under-20 forward, who was once chased by Arsenal and Chelsea, rejoins the record Finnish champions on a 1-year contract. Elsewhere, Scorpions international striker Pa Amat Diba has left GIF Sundsvall to join Allsvenskan rivals Hammarby IF on a 3-year contract. Sundsvall were sweating on keeping hold of their starman, but have finally lost that battle as the striker waved goodbye to return to Stockholm. The Gambia forward had just 5 months left on his contract. He signed in November 2014 with Sundsvall, who decided to cash in on him before losing him on a free. Pa Diba has been attracting interest of clubs in Sweden, Denmark and even abroad after a fine season with Sundsvall, but a 4-0 thumping defeat at Östersunds FK on Saturday ensured that was his last game for the club. An enticing offer was put through to the striker by a South Korean club in July, but Sundsvall turned it down. Diba will reunite with his former team again when he visits the Norrporten Arena with his new club in an Allsvenskan match on August 15. Elsewhere, KRC Genk's move for Gambia defender Omar Colley has been put on hold due to a change in coaching staff at Djurgården IF. The Belgian club were hopeful of signing the 23-year-old current Scorpions captain before last week, Thursday. But the deal is likely to be delayed after Jurgen sacked manager Per Olsen to enlist the services of former Manchester United player Mark Dempsey. Coley is understood to be keen to leave the Swedish club if the opportunity avails itself, but as last week played down rumours linking him with a move away this summer and vowed to continue playing for the Allsvenskan side. But a report in Belgian newspaper, Het Nieuwsblad, claimed Jurgen and Genk already had a pre-contract agreement with minor details left to seal the transfer, but the former sacking of their coach due to poor results ensured talks were put off for now. And finally, the Nigerian Football Federation has announced that German Gernot Rohr has signed a 2-year deal to work as a technical advisor. The 63-year-old ex-Gabon, Niger and Burkina Faso coach will be assisted by Salifou Yusuf, who was appointed as chief coach last month. The NFF's technical committee recommended Rohr after the federation failed to reach an agreement with Frenchman Paul Le Guen last month. Sunday Olise was the Super Eagles' last permanent coach before he quit in February in a row over his contract.
My name is Dudu Kapi Diouf. I am the president of the Gambia Athletic Association and member of the Gambia National Olympic Committee. Keep watching SportLink, originally from the Gambia.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint right with us here on SportLink. Viewpoint is a segment created to discuss topical sporting issues and highlights. My name is Atatu Mbokum and I will be your host. As usual, I have with me Molamin Bi and Pabaro. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Our topic for today: the new English Premier League season kicks off this weekend with some interesting encounters. And ahead of the commencement, we have seen clubs making record transfer by signing players. So we ask, is it good for the league or is it money that shouldn't be spent on one player? Barbaro.
Thank you very much, Isa. I think it's good for the league and the money need to be spent because the English Premier League is one of the best league in the world, and how to attract players. In the last generation of football, we are into the modern football. You need to spend money, spend wisely and spend bigly. If not, you're not going to have players. It will be very difficult for you, especially the clubs that are spending more money in England are not playing in the Champions League. So they will use only one strategy to attract players coming into their club is to spend big. So if Manchester United don't spend that bumper amount of money on Paul Pogba, it will be very difficult for them to convince him. Once they are not playing in the Premier League, last year they were not even part of the top 4 in England. So to convince players come into your club, you are facing a transition, you need to spend big. Spending, you have to spend wisely too. Spending big money on Paul Pogba, give him 1 year, he's going to bring that money back to the club. The number of jerseys that Manchester United are going to sell to make money out of Pogba, that alone can bring that 100 million. It's going to be difficult for Paul Pogba himself because the pressure will be on him, but I know the guy is matured enough now to handle that situation because he's just 23 years of age, but he played national side, represent Juventus 4 times, Scudetto winners, so I think that alone is a good experience for the guy. It's good for the English Premier League, very, very good for them to spend big money because they have the money, the TV right is coming, clubs are generating funds from many parts of the world, so it's good for them to spend and bring players into their club, especially those who didn't make it to the Champions League. This is the only strategy to attract them into their clubs.
Molamin Bi, what's your view?
Well, actually, thank you very much. My view about this whole situation on the record transfer deals, being done this year by Premier League clubs, I think I find it absolutely incredibly stunning, that over £100 million will be paid on a single player. And then, like you're paying over £100 million, I think that money could have been used to get 5 other players who are standard, to Paul Pogba, or even more quality standard than even Paul Pogba. Like, to be honest, I rate him high, Paul Pogba. I like his qualities. He can play ball. He can, he's a complete midfielder. But that kind of amount, and I just can't understand, because the amount also about more than £2 million goes to the agent, just for negotiating the deal. So sometimes I just keep wondering, like the work we're even doing, are we into the, are we even doing the right work? Why not even leave this work and go and become an agent where you make £1 or £2 million on, £2 million on one player, and this issue of Manchester City also signing John Stones, from Everton for over £35 million. That's incredibly stunning, for a player who cannot even make the the starting or even substitute appearance for England at the Euros. You know, credit to John Stones, he's a good player, but we also what Odion Ighalo of Nigeria did to him. You know, that that delayed darling and all whatnot. If at all I was a coach at Manchester City, I would not even spend that kind of money. But yeah, the money is there, you know, the resources there. You know, England is big, they want to attract huge players. You know, it would be good for the league, you know, but spending over 100 million or even 20 million for a player, to be honest, for me, no player is worth even 10 million, you know, but that's the crazy world of football, and you know, that's it. We just have to live by with it. But you know, I'm not in view of this 100 million being spent on a single player. No.
Thank you very much, BI and Pabaro, and I hope they have made the right decision. Our next topic: the Gambia Football Federation made payments over $1 million as league prizes to deserving clubs. So we ask, is that amount enough in football or not?
Yeah, to me, at the moment, it's enough because looking at the league itself, the structure of our league is not up to standard compared to the other leagues in the world. I think we should be busy trying to professionalize our league first before talking about the cash prize to the league winners. Though football is expensive and the prize money that they are given, it will maybe not be enough for the club preparation alone. But I think before going into that, let's try and make our league to be a standard one in the world. It's difficult for agents to come here and scout our players, and all those things are contributing factors to the current situation of our football. I think the Football Federation should be busy, very, very busy, to try and make the league in a standard one. Compared to our neighbor Senegal, just a turnstile, agents are coming in there week in, week out. Why not Gambia? Simply because our league is not up to standard. When they ask you how much did your strikers scored on an unknown professional league, you can't even say anything. So it will be difficult for agents to come out and scout those players. So we should be busy, collective responsibility, both the clubs and the Football Federation, to make the league in a professional league.
Do you think it's enough?
To be honest, that's nothing in football. That's nothing. Around $7,000. What's $7,000? You know, what's $7,000? You know, in football. But credit to them. You know, there was no sponsor, and they managed to raise up some finance. You know, come and dash out $7,000, like close to it, which is $300,000 is to, you know, the winners. But to be honest, Gambian football, not even Gambian football. Football is expensive. If you want to be serious in football, you spend. Football is all about money. You understand? You cannot move forward in football if there's no money. So, fine. Pablo talks about professionalizing the league and marketing or whatsoever. Professionalizing starts by setting standards, and standards you can only set if you pay your clubs much money than they even use as preparation cost. What's that can amount to? Say for example, Brikama United, or say for example, Gambia Port Authority, who are the winners. They're going out to the CAF Champions League. You think $300,000 can take them to even from here till from here to Guinea-Bissau or even Angola? No, come on, man. So, you know, but like I said, credit to the GFF. They tried, you know, they got some finance. I don't know where they got it from, but the finance came, money came, and you know. But then, you know, if you want to be serious in football, I think that kind of amount is you know, you're gonna just compare. But you know, let's just hope slowly but surely we'll get there.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for that beautiful and interesting analysis. Thank you very much, viewers, for joining us on this edition of Viewpoint. Join us next week for another exciting edition. I have been your host, Aissatou Mbokum.
My name is William Abraham. I'm the president of Real de Banjul. Please keep watching SportLink, originally from the Gambia.
Thank you very much, viewers, for watching this episode of SportLink. You can also catch this episode on our YouTube channel on Affinity TV, or go to our website on affinitypro.com. Better still, follow us up next week for another exciting episode. Sponsors are also invited. From me and the entire Affinity crew, have a wonderful night. Bye.